Hi guys, this is your girl Miriam, and right now I've just decided to have a bit of a talk about the ongoing immigration issue. And this is a very big issue. It has always been there, but the heat is becoming very hot. Yeah. I'm on board right now in the P&O Cruises, and I'm on the top door, the top floor of the ship. It's very quiet, very serene, very nice place, and I thought this is the right place to have this chat. So what has made me talk about this? First of all, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click that subscription button and let's have this real-time talk. This morning I did wake up to some news that they are going to put together the numbers of immigrants in this country, and that is going to be both the illegal and legal. First of all, I am a migrant, just to be precise, a legal migrant, very legal. I spent lots of money to come here. I also spent lots of time filling up thousands of forms and questions, and that is how I managed to settle in this country and become a British citizen. I'm originally from Kenya. I love my country, but sometimes you want to immigrate to another country for some different reasons. Some people could be economical reasons, some people will be like they're just adventurous, and some people they just like change. For me it was change. I really needed some change. And to be honest and to be fair, I've never felt direct sort of racism in this country, and in fact I found people to be very polite in this country. You know, they will never show you forward racism, which is okay. But again, there's that group of people who make others like us look really bad, and those are the illegal immigrants. Of course, the people who seek asylum for different reasons, but it's not everyone who is genuine. Some of them is for economical reasons. And that's why you'd ask yourself, why would someone go to pay a ship or a boat or a dinghy? They pay about £9,000, yet they're fleeing war or persecution. I don't find that to be true. And I've found out that the majority of them, when I look in the news, they are men, just very few women and children. And they go through this very treacherous journey in the sea, because as now when I'm looking at the sea, it is very surreal. It's a very extremely dangerous place. I'm in the Atlantic Sea at the moment, and it's very dangerous. You really need to be desperate to cross this sea, you know. And most of them sadly have perished in these waters, and the ones who have been left behind always keep trying their luck. And let's go and be fair. Let me give you a scenario. If someone came into your house today, you just woke up in the morning and you found someone sat in your living room, you know, and they're saying they're not getting out. And then probably the head of the family says it's all right, they can leave. It doesn't mean that they can stay. It doesn't mean that the rest of the family members are happy with that. And that's what's happening today. These immigrants are coming and they're staying because there's nothing the government can do at the moment, because it is a very complicated legal status whenever there is human rights concern in between, and sometimes the government is left with their hands tied. And that's why you find out that there are things like the Rwanda bill never got passed because it was met with so much opposition. And that would have worked, because obviously if the immigrants are coming, illegal immigrants, let me be precise, and they're coming and they're being housed in hotels, obviously it's gonna feel a pinch, because life is very difficult at the moment for everyone economically. And when people see people being given a 5-star, you know, kind of lifestyle and welcome to the country, obviously it's encouraging the ones who have been left behind, because we have seen that in the social media. People saying, come guys, this is the place to be. We are living in a 5-star hotel. We are receiving, you know, room service and everything. So it has really become very tensed in here. So what is my message today? You know, when the heat becomes too much when it comes to immigrants. Like this morning, for example, there was news whereby they showed the beaches in places, places like, what is this place? I can't remember very well the name, Bournemouth here. And they showed in 1989 the beach was all white British, meaning English people. And then they showed one recent one in the news with people of all different, walks of life. And obviously they stated that, and it was very clear that the English people don't want to say it openly because obviously they'll be met with a backlash of racism. So they say, we see what we see and we don't like it. And that puts me in a very uncomfortable position because I feel they see me in the same way. And I don't blame them, really. I really don't blame them for feeling that way, and it makes me uncomfortable at the same time. So it's a very sticky situation to be in, and that makes me think probably it's time to pack and go. The way they say go back where you came from, I feel it's time to start thinking about that, because where I came from is a beautiful, beautiful place, and I can probably go back there and do something for myself. And that is why, for me, I would encourage you who are watching this, start making your preparations, because you never know what is going to happen tomorrow. You never know how, things are going to change, because things are changing really fast and hostility is growing very fast. So it's always good probably to, set priorities right, save your money, and think of what you can go and do back in your home, because there are those illegal people who have come and destroyed everything for the rest of us who are legal in this country, and we've all been kept in the same basket, because when you're walking in the street, no one will be able to tell this one illegal, this one is illegal. They will just look at you and they'll know, oh, okay, there they are. And that doesn't make me happy. It makes me very sad. And at the same time, I don't blame the local English people, the indigenous people who have been here. I don't blame them for feeling that way, because honestly, I wouldn't even want to see the same thing in my country, like so many foreigners of whom you've got very different sets of beliefs. You don't agree on so many things, and they're the ones you're sharing the country with, and some of them probably even hate you and hate your culture. So I think it's a noble thing to think about what you want to do next. And so for me, I just want to bring awareness to everyone that these things are happening. They are unveiling very fast, very fast. I thought this problem was back in the States. I've had it's the same problem in Germany. But in the UK, it's becoming very rampant. I've seen videos going viral about immigrants in the hotel, and I totally agree with the English people. I am British and I'm Kenyan, so I do have an option for both countries. But what about the British who don't have the other option? They have nowhere to run to. This is home. So sometimes I empathize and I do understand how they feel, and I just wish that things would be different, because this is a country that has given many people great opportunities. People have been given privileges. People have, me myself included, privileges that you couldn't get back in your country, and the only way you can do is just to, to try and integrate well, and be economically active, and don't rely on other things. So my message to you today is I'm on board this ship. This great ship is a great British P&O ship. Is that let's rethink about our future. Do you want to stay in a place where the heat is getting hotter and hotter, or do you want to go back home to where you were born, where you'll be accepted, and where it's not that we are not accepted, really, I don't want to put it that way, but where if you're walking in the street, no one is going to think about, oh, this one is an immigrant, this one is illegal, and all that, So that is exactly what I'm thinking right now in my head. And I didn't think about this before, but since I woke up this morning, and they explicitly said that by the end of day today is 21st of August 2025, they said by the end of today they are going to give the official figures of illegal and legal immigrants. You see, it's all being in one basket, so it's not like they've always given the illegal, but now it's being put together because they want to understand the numbers, right? So that is something for you to think about, and I would want to hear your point of view. Share what you experience in this country. Has it been a good experience? Has it been a bad experience? Personally, I've had a very positive experience in this country. I love it. I mean, to me, it feels like home, my second home. And in fact, sometimes when I go back to Kenya, I kind of feel a bit lost because all my friends have either gone abroad or somehow you just, gone out of each other. There is all these sorts of things. But I always feel at home here. But obviously there is other aspects because back at home there is big families, there is a social life. No one will see you that you look different than them, and so you'll somehow be able to blend in very well there and move on with your life. So let me know what you think about this topic. It's a very hot one. It's going on in the news every day. I'll be updating you on what they're talking about and where we are right now with the immigration. I'll also be letting you know what is changing in the immigration, so that if you are aspiring to come here, if you're not already here, you may have and rethink about it. And if you're already here, what is it? What is your plan? Are you planning to stay here? What are your reasons? Are you planning to exit like me? And what are your reasons? Obviously, what I can advise is don't jump the ship. That's a big mistake. Don't jump the ship. Just make sure that you are well prepared, because I have seen so many people, it's unbelievable. They decide, they're excited, I'm going back home. They pack, they wake up one morning and they're like, next month we're leaving, and they pack their bags and they leave. Big mistake. Most of them always come back because life becomes tough there. Alright, it becomes tough. There's survival for the fittest. So if you're not fit enough, you'll be finding yourself in the airplane coming back here to put yourself together. So make sure that you have everything put together. You have all your plans, laid out. You know what you want to go and do once you go back there. Not just to go and just because you've had some hype, everyone is going, and then you decide to go. You might regret it, and you might find yourself back here within no time. So you have to outweigh the benefits and the risks, and then with that you can just decide, okay, it's time for me to go, and let me go and try. And when you decide to go, don't put a plan B, because if you put a plan B is coming back, then you'll not succeed. Go there and fight until you make it. Yeah. Right? What doesn't kill you doesn't break you. So keep moving. I will let you know about what is happening. I'll keep you updated, because this is becoming a very interesting hot topic, and it's giving me a reason every day to think about going back to Kenya, and making this beautiful country, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, a place where I can come and do my holidays. It's a great place for holidays. I love it. I still want connections here, but I want my permanent place to be back there. It's more relaxing there, I think. And of course, home is always home. East or west, home is the best. Let me know what you think about today's vlog, and give me on the comments below what your thoughts are, and let's have a discussion, and let me know what else you'd like us to talk about. Alright, take care. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It's your girl Miriam Guts, and I'll be showing you the world and everything in it. Alright, take care now. Bye bye.